Hi. Today we will talk about the Port Isabel Detention Center in Texas and discuss how one can get out of it. Many migrants trying to enter the US through the border with Mexico often find themselves in immigration jails, from which it seems impossible to escape at first. However, sometimes release is possible within 3 weeks, along with obtaining refugee status and residency in the US within a few months. You will learn the basic facts about the detention center and how it operates, how to achieve release, and what steps are needed for that. I will also share the documents which you will be able to download to help secure the release of your loved ones. This center is located in Los Fresnos, Texas, and is designated for men. The center has a capacity of about 1,200 places. The conditions of detention are rated as poor. There are complaints about overcrowding, inadequate food, and limited access to medical care. The center is managed directly by ICE, without involving private corporations. The daily routine includes waking up at 6 a.m., breakfast at lunch at 12, a walk lasting about 40 minutes, dinner at 6 p.m., and lights out at 10. Phone calls. You are allowed to make up to 2 calls a day, each lasting up to 15 minutes. Visits are possible twice a week, but only by appointment. According to statistics, about 45% of people are deported. About 40% are released within 3 weeks, and around 6% are granted asylum. To get released, it's important to be persistent, make calls, write appeals, and actively work with lawyers. To achieve release from the detention center, it's important to understand that 2 processes are happening simultaneously. The release process aimed at getting out of the center and the immigration process related to applying for asylum. These processes run parallel to each other and do not intersect. For example, the master hearing has no impact on the possibility of getting out of the center. Let's look at the main ways to secure release. The first way is to be released on parole. This is the fastest way to get released from the detention center. This requires a sponsor who is a US citizen or holder. Green cards. The sponsor prepares a package of documents including a sponsorship letter. In the letter, the sponsor guarantees to provide housing, assistance with legal processes, financial and emotional support, as well as oversight, to ensure that the detainee attends all immigration hearings. Proof of address, such as a utility bill or bank statements. Proof of financial stability, such as the tax return for the last year. On your screen is a letter from the sponsor, guaranteeing responsibility for the detainee. In the document, the sponsor states that they take on the responsibilities of providing housing, support, and ensuring compliance with all legal procedures. Also, along with this letter, a cover letter from a human rights organization is submitted requesting release on parole, including with an electronic bracelet, or in cases where release on bail is not possible. The cover letter includes the detainee's medical information, details of the sponsorship, and guarantees that the detainee does not pose a threat to society. Documents can be sent to ICE via email, fax, regular mail, or delivered in person by the detainee. Regularly sending requests and letters helps speed up the process. The second way is to be released on bail. To be released on bail, it's necessary to initiate a bail hearing. Only the immigration judge makes the decision about the possibility of release on bail and sets the amount. On your screens is an example of a request for a hearing for release on bail. Such requests include evidence of the sponsor's presence, who will provide housing, support, and oversight. Letters of support from family, friends, and the sponsor. Proof of the sponsor's financial stability and their willingness to cover all necessary expenses. If none of the waivers work, the full immigration process begins, which includes filing Form I-589. For asylum, this process can end with either the granting of asylum or deportation. Friends, you can download the document templates in the description of the video, and you can also write to us for additional consultation. If you want to succeed, it's important not just to prepare the documents, but also to maintain regular contact with ICE officers. We can help you with that. We will not only prepare individual letters, but we will also start the process of regular interaction with ICE and the decision makers regarding release, both by phone and email. We will accompany the detainee, coordinate actions, and provide full support until the moment of release or a final decision is made. Even if the process continues at the detention center, we will keep monitoring the situation. To get started, submit an application on our website using the link in the description, or message us on WhatsApp